Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk Together.
Hello.
Hello. This is a special Talk Together because we're live. As most people know, we normally do our things pre-recorded and then edit out the silly bits. This is going to be unedited, so expect plenty of silly bits. I hope everyone's having a good
ready?
Yes, Ali is ready.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no. Thank you, everybody, and welcome along to Talk Together, where we talk about all things TTRPG, New Year's-based stuff, things that might be happening in the future, and all of that sort of stuff. I'm Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and as you can see, I am surrounded by plenty of loads of other people who I will get to introduce themselves now, starting from who's on my left, Ali.
Hi, my name is Ali. I use they, them pronouns, and let's see what the die says.
On my right, we've got Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns. Yes.
On my bottom left, we've got Steve.
Bonjour, hi, I'm Steve. He, him pronouns.
And then
Happy
on
New
the
Year.
Oh, yeah, happy. I'm hoping everybody's happy to be here, didn't? And then on the bottom right, we have the Chaos Gremlin himself, Tom.
I also thought you almost said on the right, which is a strong to come in. I'm going, hey, I don't want people to have health service. No, Tom. Tom, he, him, wants people to have health service.
Unedited. Unedited.
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Filtered?
Unedited. Unfiltered Tom. Oh no. What have we let ourselves in for?
I can say whatever I like. Fund the libraries. Yeah. I'm off the chain. Yeah.
Oh no. Anyway, just before we get into Unfiltered Tom, we are proud to be sponsored by Phoenix Dice, and we are also supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms and Elderwood Academy. If you'd like to join our Patreon, who we love very, very much, you can so by following the link in chat or in the description below if you are watching later on YouTube. I will quickly put the link in now because I've realised that I'm also modding and doing the other thing, modding and hosting.
Josh,
so
don't pull the veil down. Don't let them know you're one of them.
we've already done that with the Kobold one shot. That's one side of it. This is the other side.
Well, that's the problem. They're now part of the Actors Guild because they've been on, so we have to give them holidays. It's yeah.
And I went and put
outrageous.
Patreon in instead of D20 Club, so that just goes to show how frazzled I am at the minute.
Josh just screaming, Patreon!
Patreon!
Patreon! Yeah. Someone get that man some jam.
Ooh, lovely jam. Yes, if you'd like to catch up on any of our previous episodes, you can by typing in catch up in chat now, where you will find the link to our YouTube page and also a link to our podcast sites as well, where you can catch up with everything that we did last year and everything that we're going to do this year, which is a lot. We've got a lot of stuff planned. But I've had enough talking, so I'm going to let somebody else talk for a minute. Somebody tell me what your New Year's resolution is for TTRPG-based New Year's resolution. Let's start with resolution.
Sure.
Revolution.
No. Revolution.
Revolutions.
Come back on Monday for a revolution. I've already announced it. Nexus Revolution's on.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, on Patreon.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, yeah, so for anybody who's not
Yeah.
on Patreon, Nexus Resolution is starting on Monday. Because I'm
Not
not announced it on Twitter
resolution.
yet.
Revolution.
Revolution. Solution. Revolution. Nat, what's your New Year's revolution?
Resolution.
I'm just going to shut up now.
My New Year's revolution is to watch Nexus Revolutions coming to Roll Together RPG on Twitch Mondays starting next week. My TTRPG resolution. I want to feel more confident and comfortable playing intelligence-based characters. Because I've played them before. You've seen me play them before, and I have a lovely time. But there's always the part of me that turns off the laptop at the end and goes, "Stupid Nat, you're so stupid. You should have known the things." Which, you know, I am stupid and I should have known the things. But also, just to slap that gremlin down and be like, no, I'm doing fine. And if I'm an intelligent character and I should know a thing, I should ask the DM, hey, I'm an intelligent character. What does my character know that Nat does not? That Nat cannot put together? That's mine. Do I need to nominate someone else? Tom, you look like you're thinking.
Again, this is the hideous thing where, like, oh god, pauses. It's like radio. My revolution is to overthrow a small country, not one of the big ones, but like a little country.
In D&D?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, resolutions. I've never made a mistake in my life, and I'm absolutely perfect in every single way. I don't know. Again, it's a good one. It's I mean, there's the puppetry. I'd like to make a happy character one day without. I wouldn't say it's a crutch, but it is just too easy to be like, and then my wife fell in a hole, and you're like, cool, pathos, very very good. But I have previously said, like, happy people don't go on D&D adventures. They stay home, and they maybe I will. Maybe I'll just make a happy character. He's like, I've got so much to live for back. No, but that's the problem. It'd be like being in the war, where I'm like, my girl's waiting for me back home. She's making apple pie, and oh no!
Suddenly pop it.
Certainly pop. Two pop. We're never trusting you, Tom. Chat. How very.
That's how you can tell we're live. We can answer you. We can answer what you say in chat.
I see you, chat. You're allergic to apples. I'm not allergic. See, that's the problem. My yes, Andy for tragic. I was like, that's right. I am allergic to apples. No, you're not, Tom. Stop lying. That's the problem. I know what my next character is, and they're not happy. But then the one after, I just keep lying to you. Like, again, like, look at last year where I was like, Elijah, he's happy. He's okay. Yes, no, he's doing and yeah, he died, and okay, maybe he's one of the biggest puppets I've played so far. But I'll be happy one day once I've taken over my small country.
Sealand, which is just off the east coast, very close to where I am, is probably the smallest country in the world. Anyway, nominate on someone, Tom.
It has a prince.
Yes.
Had a prince. Let's throw over to Steve.
All right. So, revolutionarily speaking, I think I would like to I don't know. I'm either going to go further in on my gimmick-based characters because that's how I've been creating them. Like, they all have one item that is there that I focus all the personality in, or actually play sensibly and actually follow some rules instead of using being a prop RPG, TTRPGer, with my swords of vengeances and wands of wonder that always misfire or whatnot. So more experimentation is really what I'm looking to accomplish, because I don't resolve things. I don't like finish things or or find solutions, but I'd like to try. I like to set a goal. So this is what I like to try to do this coming year is do it differently and have as much fun while at it.
That's the important bit.
Allie?
So, I well known for playing bards, and I've been always reluctant of the wisdom classes. However, I think I played two half clerics or two multi-class clerics in this. Not three, I think, in one shot, whatever. So I think I want to either play a full cleric. No, I play a full cleric. Now
You
a full
played a
bard.
full cleric?
A full druid, which probably is one of my least favorite classes.
Ooh.
So either a paladin, who is the least like class, or a druid. Yeah. But it's just because I always try to like put something of myself in my characters. I don't see myself being all righteous, right? So it's just like, Ali, could you? And then also the druid is just like, do you have that much wisdom, Ali? Like, do you like, could you, if you cannot take wise decisions in life, why would you take wise decisions in a game? It's just
I mean, there's wisdom and then there's applied wisdom, right? You can know stuff about how the way the world works and not do anything about it.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
I mean, I'm inactive when it comes to it. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So somebody says the world's most flamboyant droid, obviously, because at the end, whether I play a cleric or whatever, it's always like very sassy or like bard.
Very what? Sorry?
Sassy.
Little hint.
I also like the idea of a sassy
Alias the
druid.
druid.
Just-
Yes, I will. I will think about a concept of a bard that is bard-like by the end of the show.
By the end of this show.
This show, yes.
Right.
Oh my.
You got T minus 40. Can't do maths.
Again, we
42
have no
minutes?
concept of time.
8 minutes.
If anyone can
48 minutes.
48 minutes, roughly.
keep on the
Roughly.
clock.
I mean, what that sounds like, Ali, is that you want somebody to make Oath of the Nipple Tassel Paladin for you.
Give it a spin. Give it a twirl. Let's do it.
I didn't prepare my boo card for this.
Augury comes back as an Oath of Nipple Tassel Paladin.
Well, there you go, folks. First boo of the season.
I expect to get loads.
First boo of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, first boo of the year.
Well, you say that actually. Were there any? I've not had a chance to catch up with Sean's one shot, New Year's one shot yet. Were there boos in that?
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
I mean, later. There was also polite boo, where it was kind of like where we were like,
Boo you, sir.
yeah, that was the sort of thing. It was like it was funny, but we were also like, boo.
Technically, it was recorded last year, though.
Well, again, if you're gonna pull back
If you're going
the
to pull that
curtain,
string.
This is the
Yeah.
freshest of boos.
Also,
Yeah.
there were 11 natural ones in that game.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I got told. Sorry, I didn't get told. Tordy, the editing kobold, got told that it might be good to have a nat 1/nat 20 counter in there. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. Thinking, oh, there's loads of nat 20s because of the people who are playing, who always roll good nat 20, loads of natural 20s because they're that lucky. One of them was Evie, who had not recently touched the Rebecca dice and has now had the reverse luck and rolled 80% of the natural ones in that game.
I mean, hopefully that's just like stacking them all in one game to them. That's the year's supply spent.
Hopefully.
and I was the one who was getting the results, but never rolled a nat 1. So I was again just living off the fat of the land. I was like, yes, give it to me. The Baltic Fool.
My New Year's resolution is to continue with the rule bullshit that I do, where I try to push the rules, the boundaries of the rules, especially with Garn Up. And my resolution is to get better at presenting, because I'm a hot mess.
Doing great.
A hot mess.
Doing great.
Hot mess.
I'm like a hyperactive child on sugar, he says, drinking sugar.
Hydrate, everyone.
Make sure you hydrate.
Hydration break.
Hydration break.
Josh, I have a rule. I know in this moment that I am not a director. I'm not at work. But when I am directing and I'm running a session, I have a rule with the actors that are in the booth with me that the only person who is allowed to tell them that they're not doing a good job is me.
Okay.
I never tell them that. But the point is, I get so many actors come in and be like, "Oh, I'm really messed up. Oh, that was so stupid. Oh, that sucked." And no, you're not allowed to do that. Not when I'm in the room.
Okay. That was.
But once Nat has left the room,
kind of encouraging and kind of being told off. So I'm kind of a bit unsure how to
Great,
feel about that.
deal with it.
Mixed emotions.
Aggressively kind. I love it.
it's the same sort of thing of going, "Hey, that's my friend. You can't be mean about my friend, you idiot." You're like, what?
One thing I forgot to say at the beginning, like right at the beginning, was if anybody, we've got some questions that we've had sent to us in Discord. If anybody in chat has any questions that they'd like to ask us about anything, if we can answer it, which I'm pretty sure we can, we will. So feel free to throw your questions in chat and one of us will pick it up and ask said question and all of that sort of nonsense. So I think Nat mentioned something about having some stats. Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like to go over some of last year's or roll together as it currently stands stats in terms of characters and things?
Yeah, I'll proceed this with, these are not mine. Sean does all this hard work because Sean is amazing. Not only is he our scheduling kobold, but he likes the spreadsheets and he likes to break down data. So these are Sean's stats. And if we were pre-recording this, I would tell Josh to put a little like
Sean's stats.
There,
wow.
Sean's
Ding,
stats.
ding.
So these are Sean's stats. over the years, there have been 284 characters to grace the Roll Together universe. 284. That's ridiculous, right? This is what we're going into our 4th year now because we started 2020. Very late 2019.
Years.
No,
Very late 2019.
very late 2019. So yeah, this is like year 4 now. 284 characters. And none of them have a name beginning with U so far. 31 of them, out of 284, only 31 have been human, of which 7 were wizards. These are very specific stats, but it's like, oh, that is interesting. 23 have been elves, including, of which 6 were rogues. 15 were genasi, with bard and rogue tied for the most common class. 14 were tieflings, with bard and warlock being the most common class. 12 were half-elves, of which there were 3 each of bard, rogue, and sorcerer. So actually, whilst there were only 31 humans, that was still like the most populous like species people had chosen. Which I guess goes a long way for saying like how much we like plumb the depths of like what other races can I play in this game? Give me all of the cat people and nonsense. Hexblade Warlock is the most commonly multi-class subclass. Kill surprise. Followed by Glamour Bard. And then Divination Wizard and Inquisitive Rogue. So 9 multi-class Hexblade Warlocks, 8 Glamour Bard multi-classes, and then Divination Wizard, Inquisitive Rogue both had 7 people dipping in for a multi-class on those. The most common multi-class pairing overall is Barbarian Rogue, with 6 of them in total. There was a stat about there were no names beginning with numbers, but that's not true because we had 355 and Liz's Bleak, which was 8134K. Maybe there might be more numerical names to come in the new year.
Count on it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait, where is it? Boom. Do people want it? Did people read Sean's stats about who had the most characters in each class, or what your most popular character was? Did you read? Don't look at it now if you've not. If you can't remember, don't look at it now. I want people to guess.
I see what you're doing here. Yes.
Oh, I see. Are you doing it for us? Do we have to try and
Yeah,
remember?
just for the people here, because I'm not going to read the whole list because that's a long
Okay.
list.
I think Jakarth is my most played. Garnot's my favourite, but Jakarth's my most played, and I think Fighter is my most played class.
Correct.
Yeah.
You have spent 32 episodes as a fighter.
Whether it
There
be
you go.
multi-classed or not.
Want to go? I think I talked about this in a previous talk together. Maybe Rogue. I mean, I haven't played Rogue in a while, but I did quite at the beginning. Maybe. Yeah. Or Fighter. I did quite a few fighters. Love Pip.
Hang on. I was reading the wrong list actually.
Sorry, because I thought Nat was like, "Go on, keep digging yourself." But no, Nat's just like, "Hold on, I'm looking through my files."
I am.
Your name is Tom. Yes,
Your name
Nat.
is Tom. I was reading the wrong list because I was reading the list of like who's spent the most episode in each class, but actually what I was looking for is your personal ones.
Yeah.
Go on, Tom. Say again what you thought.
I was going to go because I played a lot of rogues at the beginning, so I think it's a toss-up between rogue or fighter.
It's Fighter and Warlock.
Oh,
My.
my little
Muslim.
tiny tiefling, yeah.
Little Muslim.
Little
Yeah.
Muslim, yeah.
So it's a toss-up between those two. Stephen, what do you reckon?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm trapped in a time warp and played so frequently, so I will say it's gnome sorcerer.
Oh, not sorcerer, wizard.
Wizard.
Ooh.
In 5 episodes, you have played a wizard.
I
Oh no,
think-
no, wait. Are you listed? No, you're listed as Steve, not Stephen. So yes, you're correct. Sorcerer in 12 episodes. Yeah.
Well done, Steve, for just going, yeah, well, you're like, I've never played a wizard in my life.
I'm like, have I? But it's completely, it's because the important part of the character is like the gear and the fact that he's a
Yeah.
gnome. Everything else was like Did I? I could have.
Maybe I'm a wizard. Ali, I don't think you get any points for guessing what your most popular class is.
It's Blood Hunter. I'm surprised.
It's Bard. You've
Yeah.
been 3 bards across 17 episodes.
Yes. And I think I never played a barbarian,
Ah.
artificer, or a paladin, or a druid. So those 4. I think
It's like ever, or just ever on stream.
ever on the stream.
I do think we need a one-shot where we all kind of just get it out of our system. Like, what's the one thing you've never done? And it like could be
Oh,
like-
yes. They just say that, the Celi is Bard Artificer. So it's
There you go.
barbarian, druid, and paladin.
But I think we should make up each other's characters. So
That's-
what haven't you
yeah.
played, and then Tom makes mine, and then I...
I think that's a really
And-
fun like switch them up. I also have to say for those watching the VOD, that the chat. The chat just went, "You have forgotten the egg." like Ali has
The egg!
consulted their family. Like, you have clearly forgotten the egg.
Yeah, Swifty was correct.
Swifty.
That's what do.
Probably another revolution is I want to play the Celi again this year if possible. But then I think it's level 11, level 10. So something either don't put it lower the levels for a longer campaign, or something that is high level required, like a war or something. Wink, wink.
What?
A war?
A war?
War? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Claiming my island nation. That's what it.
Oh, I see. Now it makes sense.
So
Coming
much
2024,
Yeah.
Tom takes Sealand.
So much history is people who look and talk like me turning up and going, "Hello, you've been invaded. Good afternoon."
Oh, good.
Well, that's the wonderful thing where they're like, amazing. We're cutting off all trade to Sealand. I'm like, well, no. You've got to still give me things. How am I supposed to get my delicious Haribo? Oh, I didn't think this through. Other sweets are available, folks. Yeah. Okay, so good start. Give us have you got more stats than that?
Have I got more stats?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't cover the character class I've played the most, but
yes.
but it's not changed since last year because I actually, apart from Blood Hunter, now I have played every class on the stream.
Are you the
So
first person
that
to
means
do
I've
that?
hopped around a lot. Sorry, say again.
I was going to say, are you the first person to have got, apart from Blood Hunter, to get
I don't know.
your cat? Who your
don't
competition? That's the problem. So many people like being like Paladin. You're like
Wizard,
cool.
Paladin,
Wizard,
Paladin.
Paladin. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So yeah, the character class I've played the most is Fighter because I played Thomas for 24 episodes. So that's the one I've stuck with the most.
Magnificently. Just throw it in.
So
Still
the
miss the
chat just said that my druid is gonna be called Umami.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a great name, but also
Just don't put
It's
me in
gonna
that
be a
game
big
because I'm just
intro.
going to constantly go, ooh, mommy.
No, we all go, ooh, mummy.
And
Not how I thought that was going to go.
I think the most queer of the druids is the Star one, Star.
Yes.
Yes.
Druid.
absolutely.
So I can go full magical girl.
Yeah.
Just I mean, it's
Sailor
all-
transformation.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yes. Anyways,
It's happened, folks. You've
probably
talked
there is already like a magical girl crossover with cooking anime out there. So I will just throw some ideas.
Well, we had Chris's kobold fairy Gertie
Let's see.
was Stars Druid and had the magical girl transformation, but then was also involved in the Bake Off, the famed Bake Off
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
True that.
So
Yeah.
there's hints there, but it was only explored in a one shot with the Bake Off stuff. So you can go for it. Creative fantasy, live it.
You do you, Ali.
I think that's the main. Wait, Sean's just sent me a message. We're live here, folks.
We got it again. Hold the mic.
It does not. He's just said that these stats do not include any stats from Christmas one shots, so it's not quite up to date.
Oh,
So they're already fake
unimportant
news.
precision. Delightful.
It's fake news. Fake news.
Shut it down. Shut it all down.
You'll get the
but
Christmas
those-
stats
those
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were Sean's stats.
Sean stats.
It feels like that should be like part of the show sort of thing, like this morning. Sean's stats. And here's Sean with the stats. Actually, no, wait, it's Nat with the stats.
I mean, Nat Stats
Nat
does
Stats.
does
Somebody
sound good,
put,
but I couldn't take credit. It's not me.
somebody
I think
put
someone-
up in the chat earlier, Natter's statters.
Or Stutterly Winters.
No,
You know,
winter
there's-
winter statters.
Look, folks, we're workshopping.
There you go.
Yes, we're,
It's-
It's beautiful and terrible at the same time. I hate it. I'll never use it. Thank you.
Like
But it
Nat-
will still be used.
Yeah. Like Nat receiving any gift. Thanks, I hate it. Just,
Thanks.
Did it come
That's
with a receipt?
the best improv response. If someone gives you like gift giving in improv. I mean, speaking of like Tom and always going, oh great, thank you. I'm gonna turn this into a dead wife. Right? It's the thanks, I hate it is a great improv trick.
Yeah.
You
Luke
okay, Ellie?
Skywalker.
I was
Thanks, I'm
not
gonna
prepared for
pop
that.
this.
I don't always turn them into a dead wife. Sometimes she's just in a void.
And sometimes
all
she
right
goes
then.
megalomaniacal and tries to take over the multiverse.
I love my
Can we
Judge Fund
make
reference.
that Tom's resolution?
Not to kill my
Not
wife.
any more dead wives.
No more dead wives.
Oh, okay.
It was
fine.
fun when Tom was the dead wife. I
Yes.
appreciated that. That was a
Yes.
fun twist of fate.
Can you imagine going to the Roll Together Underworld? It would just be 90% Tom's character's dead wives.
Like
Or
Orpheus.
significant others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Orpheus, I start walking and like 8 people start following me out. I'm like, you can all come with me. It's polyamory. We'll have a big house. See, I'm planning great characters here, folks. We need to. Wow, Nat's just sent me a text that just says no. Wow, that's director Nat. He's like, hey,
I wasn't touching my phone. Don't you throw these aspersions on me like that? How dare you?
I look forward to when Nat's directing me and just like, stop. Just,
No, Tom. Just go home.
You're not even in this game, Tom. How did you get in?
Somebody's put in the void, keeping the Playmaker company. The Playmaker has not been let out yet.
No.
The illusionist has been very
Canonically.
strict on letting the Playmaker out.
No. He needs to learn his lesson.
He does.
Yeah.
Right, so I think with the stats done, Mr. Tomothy, I think you have. I think it's now time for Tom's question zone. Again, workshop in the name. I believe you.
Where's my jingle? I'm not
Jingle,
doing it
jangle,
for this again.
jingle. Or would it be more of a.
Tom's questions from the community.
Multiple great. Sorry, I just like that. I need my jingle. Jingle, 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 jingle.
You need answers. Sorry.
You need questions.
I tried to get Tom to do that because obviously we don't have the chests anymore or the gems anymore. I
Yeah.
tried to get Tom to do that for the Idle Champion chests, and Tom didn't. I was highly disappointed when Tom didn't do it.
Look.
You need Electrum.
You need chests.
You need champions. Hi everyone, it's me, Drizzt. Oh, look, he's here. The boy's here. It's me, Volo. Look. Anyway, keeping on track. The community, Terrarian89, simply asks, if there was one thing about the D&D rules that you could change, either something you always house rule, or maybe something too big for house rules, what would it be? So, we're changing one major rule in D&D.
Does it have to be one?
Well, you can change as much as you like.
Like the entire thing? No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, you say it like that, but when I DM, that tends to be the case. I don't think I've run a single game where I've followed all of the rules as described. So
That's what keeps it interesting.
It's like we were again, like Sean's one shot, where it's like detect magic, and you're like, oh, I need to know so much about like magic looks like and what color, and then just be like, what does it look like? It's just bad magic. Is it from this realm? No. Yeah, I think honestly, and this has been the great thing about working with this group, where we've all just kind of gone, yeah, this is the rule now. We're like, cool. I mean, like, I saw something that was, again, it's going viral on the social medias about a DM going, this is the list of the things you're allowed to play. Half elves, never. And you're like, they're elves always. And Dragonborn, and you're like, if we had that rule, just how many great, like we said, we're no humans, but I do want to play a hare and a tortoise and a weird stag man, I think that is the wonderful thing where you're just like, yeah, just kind of play what you want, and just ignore like encumbrance. I don't think I've ever actually played with encumbrance because we're just like, well, that's not fun.
Or dealt with gold properly.
Well, we all know what one piece of gold's worth, but that's, yeah.
But who can carry around 500 goats?
I can.
Challenge accepted.
This is the legend I shall tell on my terrible island. Ah, yes, Tom, goat carrier.
I very rarely do silver and copper. Silver and copper is just like, what's the point? Very rare. So it's normally all gold. My biggest thing is I'll abuse it when I'm a player, but when I'm a DM, I don't like weapons that are +1, +2, +3. I don't like them being magical. I see the +1, +2, +3 as it being how well it's crafted, and then if you then add an effect to it like flame tongue, that's it, where it makes it do fire damage as well, then it's magical. But before that, it's non-magical, because there's so many things in the game that have resistance to non-magical damage, but by the time you fight them, you've got all magical weapons, so it's just because you've got +1, +2 things. So what's the point in them having that rule? So yes, that's my main thing that I always change.
I guess with that. Oh no, you go ahead, Ali.
Also, the problem with gold is that nobody has time to develop like an economic system for your world. But I think the rules for wizards in terms of gold are really like a little bit, I don't know, it's tricky to say, okay, can I find this item? Can I not find this item? Is that really reflects the amount of work that you need, or the amount of investigation that you need to spend looking for the item? So it's a little bit unbalanced. I guess it's just trying to balance the power of wizards, but it's not really well designed. And yeah, probably I love shopping episodes, right? I love them. But then at the same time, it's like, what if we turn those shopping episodes into, you have like this NPC gives you a side quest, and at the end, depending how good you do, then you have the items, rather than, how much is this? How much is that? Can I roll for persuasion? Yada, 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 yada. So it's just a little bit like, shall we spend a week of game time trying to get rich, and then we have every single magical item that we want? Or are magical items scare in this universe? So I think it's a little bit like the goal system is not really well thought. So designers, if you're listening, please either stop it or do it well. Okay.
I'm also imagining doing one of the things where we're like, no, spell components. You're like, I want to cast this.
Yeah.
You don't have it. You just can't do that spell. But also by that same logic, like, you need to go find this particular herb. Off you go. Go walk into the woods and go find mint. Go find a piece of wire, which is exactly... Yeah.
I guess a lot of this, though, comes from the fact, for us specifically, what we do at Roll Together is much shorter than the campaigns that the original system was designed for, right? So the original system, you'd have a couple of like going out into the wilderness and fighting stuff adventures, and then you would have to come back and restock, and that was part of the gameplay loop, because it was intended for it to be a long thing. Whereas when you're trying to compact stuff down to like 12, 8, 6, 4, 1 episode, you don't have time to care about it. So if you sort of, I mean, I've mostly played games that are like this, where we're focused on story rather than actually getting into the nitty gritty of accurately role playing a system of economy. So yeah, the system of like, oh, +1, +2, +3 weapons are non-magical. I think that works well in a, like, if you've got time to establish, like, we're in a world where magic is scarce, and this is a big deal for commoners to step outside of the city walls because stuff is dangerous outside, and it's a the further out you go, the more dangerous it gets, and all that kind of thing. And the same with money. It, like, the reason like copper and silver should be a thing if you've got time to establish that economy, is because commoners shouldn't have ready access to loads of gold because they don't earn that much and they don't spend that much. So I think a lot of this for me comes from the, like, sort of the specific way that we play, in that stuff is less important than the bigger stories that we're trying to tell.
It's also the fun thing when people go, do you have a diamond? Yes. Yeah. I'm carrying an expensive diamond around with me at all times.
And now that you mentioned roleplay, I think we spend a lot of time memorizing, first of all, trying to understand the wording in spells and abilities, because there is a lot of rules around combat, because we like combat. But Dungeons and Dragons is an RPG game, right? So I feel like there should be also more rules or guidelines around non-combat scenarios, which is like social encounters or things like that, where it's like, it's not only just roll me a persuasion and everything is open, right? So I think there should be a little bit more of guides. Probably this is an opportunity for someone that is listening to us. Yeah. But how someone can run an encounter, there is 1,000 options there, 1,000 guides, but how to run a social encounter is something that is not that much in the books. And I feel that tribe, that is an unexplored part of D&D, that we sometimes just focus on, like, okay, I know that I'm going to speak for 20 minutes and then the combat is going to come, which is going to take 4 hours. If me as a DM would have like more guidance, I would do more social encounters to also play with those abilities that certain classes, Bard, for example, has outside combat. And not only that, but give also the option to characters with no charisma to also play in the social encounters, because all the classes have abilities for combat, but not all classes have abilities for outside combat, like barbarians or fighters, monks, some of them. Not all of them have something that's like, oh, I'm gonna use this right now in this social encounter. Or how can we change a intimidation from strength, from charisma to strength based? Because the barbarian is gonna intimidate you, but has a charisma of -1. So it's a little bit like, how can we, what tools are out there for us as DM to run these social encounters?
I think that's one that I would absolutely always allow, is if you are canonically big, tough and strong, you can roll intimidation with strength. Or conversely, like, if you are a druid and you're very wise but not very smart, why are we making druids roll nature with intelligence, not wisdom?
Same with Arcana as well.
Yeah.
I think it was Nate. No. Yeah. Somebody in. Oh, Jesus. I was playing Loran. Well, I was playing. It was a game. We were on a ship. Yeah. We were taking one box to Candlescape, I think.
Oh, Lola's campaign.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
one of the wizards, so the wizard wanted to use its intelligence to wordplay the individual that we were interrogating. So instead of using intelligence for my persuasion of intimidation, use the wits, so intelligence, to confuse and get the information. So I guess it also comes to the rule of cool, which I love, to say, sell me your idea, and then we'll see where we get from there.
I think that has been one of the biggest things working with this group, where we are all pretty much like, yeah, just hey, try it.
Yeah, I love that part of it.
Yeah, which like again, and I think that's that. Like I said about that weird thing on the social media, and you're not unaware that people are like that. You're like, oh, I wouldn't want to play. If you were like, no, like you could play something like, well, all the dragons are gone, so no Dragonborn. You're like, oh, that's cool, that's fun. But if you're like, no, I don't like tieflings, I don't want them. You're like, fun, cool. Also, women are weaker. Oh, you're one of those. Good.
Unfiltered
good.
Tom.
I mean,
Get back to Sealand, Tom.
God, Tom.
You've written no girls, Tom, which is problematic in its own way. Yeah.
I've just seen Pixie's put a question in chat, but just before I read it out, the one thing that I want to say on social encounters in D&D, one thing that I'd like to do, that I would like to start doing more, is looking at who my players, English language words.
Look at your players.
yeah.
Look at my players. I want to look at their backgrounds more, because who uses their background feature in a game?
I try.
I try to. I like
I'm a
to.
courtier.
It helps me pick my tool set.
Yeah. But
Skill set.
I'd like to look at the players, like what they've chosen for their backgrounds, and then try and incorporate. That's what I want to try and start doing. I don't do it at the minute, but I'd like to start doing it, and try and incorporate social interactions for those players. Say somebody has the soldier background, or somebody has the spy background, or the chef background, or whichever background it is, and just try and apply that to allow more social interactions.
Urchin background is the best. You get to find your way around places super quick, and you get a pet mouse.
Also, folk hero. It's like people just like you. Want to give you things. I'm like, yeah, you do. I'm a hero of the people.
Anyway,
No, I think that's.
sorry, carry on, Tom. I was going to
say, I'm looking at a character I'm building, and it's funny looking at the rules. You're like, this is what if you were doing it legally, and if you're doing it illegally, it's the exact same effect. And I was like, oh, I'd like a little bit of a change. Now I'm being a bit of a charming criminal, and I'm like, nah, it's just titles. It's just how you brand it. You're like, oh, okay.
I'll read Pixie's question out. I don't know if there's been any other
Pixie.
questions, so if somebody wouldn't mind having a look in chat to see if there's been others.
We have the
Pixie,
Discord questions as well.
we have Discord, yeah. But Pixie's asked in chat, if you could do a body swap episode, which of your characters would you swap around?
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Like our characters with our own characters, or with other people's characters, or if we were to body swap into our characters.
Pixie, we've got a lot of questions.
All of the
Follow
above.
up.
Pixie, if you wouldn't mind clarifying which way you'd like, which way you want us to answer that. Tom, would you like to read the second question you got off of
Pixie, I
Discord?
swear, if you just put yes.
Yeah, I want
Hello.
to.
Go at me.
I want to be obviously. I want to be ogre for a day.
Yeah.
And then I will change. I have one Oryx that was part of the Monster Hunter, was the Wizard Bard. I will change that with the Cleric Fighter that was really dumb in another one shot. So I will change, I think it was Gold Mane and Red Mane bodies.
Nice.
If we're swapping characters with our own characters, I think I would swap Polly Tartan with Thomas, just to give the poor lad a little bit of confidence.
He would sashay right up that wall, right up.
He would climb. He wouldn't
The
need to
tallest
climb.
wizard.
He'd spring. Did you
Meanwhile,
say you could climb the tallest wizard, Steve? This is a family show.
Is it? How many times team bleep?
But also Polly being like, hey, it's all being very like loud and lots of just should we just have a nice song, a nice sit down.
Yeah, just chill. It's all good.
Well,
I
it's
have
definitely not Dolly Parton.
no, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
Clearly not.
I have actually done a Freaky Friday switch on the stream in Flustered in the Feywild, and that actually resulted in me getting a husband. But Pip and Ogden swapped, and basically got to work out like, oh, this is what it feels like to be you. Also, I've suddenly forgotten how to read, and I was like, oh no, it's really weird. I'd like to read. So yeah, no, canonically, that happened. I don't know. For those watching later, Pixies, it is one of our characters into a different adventure, and I don't. Again, just everyone, all my characters were just like, oh, now this is happening. Okay, great. Okay. I think actually most of my characters then ended up like with Uslim, just like, I really don't know what's going on. You still got a voice in the back of your head. They just need to be happy.
They're all puppets.
They're all puppets, apart from Piers.
Everybody loves puppets.
Everyone loves puppets.
Everybody loves puppets. And hates Piers.
And everyone hates Piers
Because he's not a puppet.
Well, no, he's the absolute worst. I'm surprised he didn't get murdered. Hey, folks, if you're watching it, I'm referencing something that happened literally 2 years ago.
That's what the wiki's for. We can look it up and
absolutely
go to those episodes.
Get on the wiki.
Oh, hang on. That's the perfect segue for me to put it in the chat. Let me just do that. Quick, before the moment goes.
Josh is doing that. Steve, you go ahead and tell us yours.
Wiki Friday.
So, again, I don't have a lot of characters that swap around, but what I have done in the spirit of that is I've tried to play all the Warriors of Waterdeep as proxies. That's both my revolution and my goal, just to keep them in there, which is like fairly obvious, I know, but still a heck of a lot of fun to do. To treat Halbonet like a Doctor Who and just reincarnate as a different character. So
Amazing.
I may or may not continue to do that all the way through.
So I hadn't spotted that you were doing that. Sneaky.
I mean, it was. So Mariposal Saladinel is the Halbonet proxy. Testimonial is supposed to be a Coriolis proxy, but I didn't keep the name, but I did keep the Wand of Wonder.
Yes.
So I'm just sort of. I did because I have a limited repertoire so far. I'm like new in the genre. I'm gonna run for it. Ali, I see you.
Yes.
Gesticulating.
What if we do a body swap similar to G's character? So character and familiar.
Oh yes.
Body swap.
Yeah. Was it Kato and Kato was the dog that was in
we named the
body.
dog Kato.
I can't remember the.
Yeah. Hey, folks, this is from like 2021.
Long time ago.
We have a universe.
I'm sure there were calls for an all familiar one shot as well at some point.
I love to see Garnod and the rat changing bodies.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
We actually get to hear what Roger actually thinks. It's probably really angry and abusive.
Probably.
He's awful. Roger's probably awful.
Roger's
to
got
imagine, I mean-
some opinions.
Maybe it's all gone to Roger's head. Like I would die for Roger. I want to make sure Roger's the best.
Unfiltered Roger.
Unfiltered Roger.
I was going to say that in terms of characters body swapping, mine would be quite boring because Garnot and Jakarth are very similar. But then I realised I recently played Tordy, so Tordy in body swapping with anyone would be hilarious. Can you imagine a 6'2" tall Jakarth with Tordy in the body instead, just sticking his hand in jam?
I mean, well, we've already kind of seen that
Well,
in a way. We've not had. It didn't have time for you to actually
do it. Yeah.
Put it into
just
a campaign.
be rather than fighting, but.
But I think that's a good segue onto another question that we had on the Discord that technically wasn't requested as a question for today, and Nat has technically already answered it. But I think the question went something along the lines of next kobold one shot when.
I have a character all set to go. Do one.
They-
Invite me.
Canonically,
Good
there
to
are hundreds of kobolds who work
Yes.
for us.
Yeah.
So everyone can have a kobold.
Everyone can
persona.
have a kobold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to run another one. I just need time to think of something to do. Words.
Look, we'll do it for high days, holidays, and movable
Yeah.
feast. Easter
I've
one
just-
shot.
I've just come out of a very busy Christmas and pre-Christmas where I was DMing not only Jammy Janitors but also playing in a couple of Christmas one-shots, and then before then DMing the next four-parter. So it's been a busy time and I've got other stuff to focus on for a little bit, not to mention characters I'm playing in upcoming things as well. So at some point I would love to, but I need a bit of time.
Pixie's just suggested we go to the spa for the day. Yeah. Just well, like we said earlier, it's like we need components for spells, so the kobolds have to go out and be like,
They have to go out and do it.
Treasure hunter.
Mhm.
Treasure hunt. Yeah.
But by all means, if there's any particular scenarios that you want to see, keep throwing them in the Discord, because we do take note and take inspiration.
We've had a question from Talia. Hello, Talia.
Hey, Talia.
"Hi, Talia."
Hope you're having a nice time. Which of each other's characters would you most like to play?
It's like the Freaky Friday, but even more so. They just,
Can I play one of Rebecca's, but with her luck?
yes.
Ooh.
Or just Rebecca's luck?
I just have that. Go on, Ali.
I feel like I want to play any of edgelord characters, just to bring a little bit of joy to them. Not a read on Ed. It just these characters deserve so much love, and I think I can do it. So
I don't. Okay, do Ed's edgelord characters actually count as edgelords? Because I think a lot of Ed's edgelordy characters are actually puppets.
Yeah.
Unrealized puppets?
yeah,
Yeah, I think really they're ones that just need a hug and a cup of hot cocoa.
probably.
Ed's characters try and keep it together, and that's the tragedy of it. Where, like Tim Winking being like, "No, I am a powerful vizier, and you will." Yeah. I think that, again, it's like we said with the character types. It's like, do you want to play something that is completely different to the sort of characters you play? I'm trying to think.
It's also like, I like this question because it's another way to say like it's another like stars and wishes things, like what I want to play. Not only do I want to play, like for example, Ali, the first time that we played together, you played an Aasimar, a Leonine character that I absolutely adored because of his little gestures of drinking the milk with the paw. It was amazing, and I'm like, I want to play like that. It was a great piece. I like this question. There's a lot a lot of different styles.
I think to be specific on that, actually, following from what you're saying, Stu, I think Ephemera, Evie's character Ephemera, because she like I watched Ephemera and I was like, that is a character I would have loved to have played. I mean, still cannot fair in different cycles, but just that perfect blend of soft and gentle and sweet, but absolutely acerbic, and at a point in her life where she doesn't know where she's going, so it could go either way and could be easily led to the light side or the dark side. And just really interesting and fun character.
On that note, I will play Anton. I am the greatest wizard of any age, and nothing I could do will ever backfire on me.
Just the confidence.
Just the confidence. But I was also thinking that I was like, some of Evie's characters, especially like having played with Evie, where I've ended up being sort of lower status, because Evie just finds it fun to bully me, but then being like, no, I am the prettiest princess in all the land. That was a highlight when we finally got to be like, I'm an ice princess. He's like, yes, you are, Evie. You're the prettiest ice princess. Well done. Only took us like 2.5 years, but yeah. Again, it's I think that's the nice thing, because there's once again, there's a chance for us to play so many different characters. Where there is that sort of thing, like going, oh, I want to play a character a bit like Ephemera. You can, without it being... But Ephemera did have a lovely big hat, so...
It did have a lovely big hat.
Yeah.
That's the bit I couldn't replicate.
Yeah. You haven't got the hat for it, Nat.
Josh, Ali?
I think I've got 3. I can't narrow it down to 1. I've got 3.
Okay.
So the first one is Winnow, because Winnow is just amazing. I think Winnow is such an awesome character that Evie plays really, really well, and I'd like to. That would be one that I'd like to play. Huxley, because Huxley is so laid back and it just seems so much fun to play. On the what I consider to be the opposite end of the sort of relaxed spectrum is Augury. I want to play a character that's really out there.
Out there.
Out there.
Literally.
Although I will not turn up to a stream topless. That will not happen.
Goals for the end of the year.
I might wear like a muscle suit with nipple tassels on, but not actual.
I'm gonna
That's
play
the Twitch
more
rule now.
Augury.
Just prove that you're wearing clothes.
Yeah.
Folks, if we ever do a live show, we know. Like, why is no one wearing a shirt? Like, we made a bad choice at the beginning of the year.
Can't do that on Twitch.
If we ever do a live show, it needs to be Augury. There's no way it cannot be Augury.
What are yours, Ali?
It's so.
Oh, yeah.
But the bar. I just forgot the name of the bar.
Viorica.
Viorica. Yes.
Viorica.
Firstly, because it's a bard. Secondly, because of it. Yes.
We've got Winter Hatters put in the chat for Ephemera's hat.
I think Viorica canonically has done the most damage of anyone on stream when he collapsed the tower down on
Yes.
people.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
We love stats here.
We do love stats. Yeah. I think we'll take. Did we have any more questions from the Discord? I think they were the only ones, weren't
yes. We had. Which of your campaigns? Which campaign should be made into a series? Big budget Prime Netflix, or maybe smaller? And who should the cast be? Also, people have said, I have opinions on this, so I'll be interested to chat if you're like, I know what I want to see.
This was Tyrendian's question.
Tyrendian,
right?
yeah.
Tyrendian. Put your thoughts in chat.
Yeah.
Let us know. Mine would be Wreckage of Mithranor.
I think, Mithranor's like the most, I wouldn't say traditional, but where you're like, there are stages to it. There's a definite quest. There's something to work towards. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of like lore in it, which is great. Even when we're like, by the way, 4 is here. That's right. The Asgardians have also come to visit.
Spoilers for Mithranor, which will be airing on Tuesdays.
I don't care.
For anyone who hasn't seen it.
If you've not seen it, watch it. It's great. It's great fun.
Yeah,
we all hate each other, and it's really horrible.
And I also have to say, the players all had to be like, we are good friends, actually. we like backstabbing. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I Gatecrasher animated. I think again you could do like the Spider-Verse style thing. I just love the fact that it's like from Tony being like a Miyazaki style shell-shaded monster.
It could be like the newer Spider-Man animated films where each character is a different art style. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then the great thing, you come to it and they're like, why are we in weird like 90s animated PS1 thing, everything's so blocky, and like, no, but you can have a really serious conversation with this NPC while their face is just not moving.
Let's be clear though, if Tony was animated, she would absolutely be in the cell shaded Borderlands style and not in a Miyazaki style. That's too gentle for her.
Yeah, although that would be fun if it was in the Miyazaki where you're like, no, I am a tough punk, and you're like, oh, but look, no, we hand it
but
to you.
But you're so fluffy.
We hand you a piece of bread and it's just the softest, most beautiful bread, and you're like, oh, look at this soup, and you're like, no, screw all you, I don't need you.
Jack would have been Sin City style, where all of the red was the only colour on him, and everything else was just black and white.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing when we did that first like sort of intro scene. Mine, I'm not going to go over stars, but again, like who I'd have as the characters and stuff, because I feel that could be that's an episode on itself. Again, animated live action stuff doesn't really do it for me when it comes to like this sort of thing, it feels like animation is the best way to do it. And again, I'm going to cheat and bend the question a little bit because that's what I do. Everything to do with the bloat, Neverwinter,
Sean Saga.
Lonely House, A Viscous Cycle, At Death's Door, Deliverance, all of that entire series as an animated thing, I think would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining it like Castlevania with that sort of like, and then it's like weirdly graphic. You're like, oh my god, that eye just exploded. You're like, oh dear, yeah.
I would pick Nexus.
Yeah.
Just to play Augury, and seeing Augury being played by Troy Sivan.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Nexus is sort of tangential to Sean's series. Anyway, it's sort of like that can be the spin-off where you see the backstory of how Duroc Anthony started and what happened afterwards.
Yeah, you sort of like get it's Sean's series, and then there's like little flashback moments from Nexus. That'd be really cool.
How many Busy Bees did we?
Ooh,
Did end up
three.
being done?
Three.
There were three. I knew there was.
We need another one. I
didn't
never
do
play a BCP. Or did I?
Oh.
No, I want to play a
Oh.
BCP.
But I would. I mean, I would like to see in 1980s Care Bear style animation.
But we
really,
need.
old animation.
Do you remember this parody of Big Brother, where there was parodies of some cartoons? There was a parody of Zelda, Link, a parody of Superman.
Oh god.
Drawn together. Yes.
Drawn together, yeah.
Oh my
That
goodness.
Hilarious,
style.
but also deeply problematic.
That animation style for
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Busy Bees, the universe is canonically closed off by the gate crashers, but everyone else is scattered to the four. So the funny thing is, like, having played in that, Chris created it as the Valentine's special. It was going to be a bunch of animals who were going to come together and help everyone, like, fall in love and work with stuff. And then we stole a bicycle and we kicked it. And then I also love that you're saying, like, the Care Bear style. And then we get to the third one where it's Mad Max, and you're like, most of the world is dead. And then there's these guys. No, but yeah, I think, hey, we've put it out in the universe. Busy Bees 4 Electric Boogaloo.
Well, you say
That's two.
Yeah.
You say that Tyridian has put April 1st as a Monday this year. Busy Bees 4.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Was there anybody else that needed to answer that question?
I
think we've all answered it, haven't we?
Yeah, we'll do a hard reboot. We'll do it like Star Wars, where you're like, is this the same? We're like, we're doing it. We're starting again. Yeah, same vibes.
I've seen two more questions pop into chat. We're due to finish soon. One of them's a quick fire question, and the other one is a very simple question. So the first one is, where did it go? So one character from each person. If one of your characters had to be drawn as a chibi style, which one would you pick? Garnot for me.
Pip. Sweet guy, big eyes, mostly covered in blood. Also, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful queen elk.
The one that Steve mentioned, my Leonine that is a cleric.
Yep.
Bimbo, but it's like really cute with a unicorn hat. Thing is gold, mate. Gold.
For me, it would be Bibble's Day Crescendo. I want to see like a nice florid Elvis impersonator Triton bard. This is what
I feel like Tony would be the obvious answer, but I'm going to go with Sarah because I love chibi but terrifying.
Yeah.
And
Terrifying
she
chibi.
She would fit that brief.
Not Dolly.
Yeah.
Polly.
Well, not Polly. No, Polly's too cute already. You want something that is like potentially cute but also terrifying, like Sarah.
Like how people love the Mothman. Like giants, but like huge eyes, and yeah.
So the last question that we've had was again from Tyridian. Since we're here, what are the chances for another live gameplay episode? Really enjoyed Monster Hunters 2 back in the day. We can put it out.
That's on you, Josh.
Yeah, that's on me. I mean, this has gone fairly well. There's not been any crashes or anything. Knock on wood.
Quick,
He says
someone
at
make
the
it go bad.
minute. So it's something we could do if there's enough interest from players, and obviously schedules and everything match up and because obviously it's 3 hours instead of the hour that we're spending here now. So we'll throw it out there and see what people say, and then we'll let everybody know. Patreon first, and then Discord.
Also, I will say, if you enjoyed Monster Hunters, keep watching. We've got their vague plans. Yeah.
Also, there is from the Take This charity stream that we did just before Christmas on the Sunday, we did unlock a Toy World Part 2, so that could potentially be live. So
look, everyone needs their own kobold, and everyone needs their own cuddly toy.
everyone needs their own
Busy
kobold.
bee, a kobold, and a toy. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody needs a toy version of one of their current characters.
And then we do an Avengers-style thing where everyone comes together, and you're like, hello.
What Avengers-style things are we going to have going on in this world?
17!
I feel like what's happening here, though, is we've got lots of very, very deep, thoughtful, intricate plot, serious stuff going on. But actually, what people just want to see is us all plain little guys.
Everyone loves
Little
little
guys.
dudes. Yeah,
Little dudes. Sometimes sad, sometimes mad.
But always glad.
Anyway, I think it's time that we sort of said goodbye now. I think we've run over a little bit. I wasn't going to try and aim for the timekeeper's badge today anyway, because it's live and we technically could have cheated, and I could have just clicked end stream dead on 9 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, sorry,
9
mid.
o'clock.
9
No,
o'clock.
9 o'clock. Come on.
Been here so long.
2 more hours.
7
So
o'clock
we start with
mid.
Bulbasaur. Now, Bulbasaur is a small little guy.
Someone,
Mutant.
Tom, no.
I do have the power as the person in charge of the host of the Zoom. I could mute Tom if I wanted to.
Nat's put a sad face on the text, and now I've been guilted into improving myself. 2024, y'all.
Oh dear. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye for now. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. This has been a live talk together. And nerves were racked, and nerves are now calm, which is good.
Stacked?
Zacked, tacked.
Stacked.
We all know
Stacked.
that I cannot speak. Thank you very
You
much.
did great, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you like what you're seeing right now, we stream D&D on Mondays and Tuesdays. This coming Monday, we have Nexus Revolution starting, which will be DM'd by Nat. We will be returning to Nexus Arts to see what's been going on down there. If you don't have
nipples.
to...
No nipples.
No
There's
nipples.
no nipples.
Canonically, no nipples.
No, I think we do mention nipples at one point, but canonically no nipples. But anyway, you don't need to have watched the first Nexus to jump into Nexus Revolutions, but if you'd like to, you can find it on our YouTube page. On Tuesdays, we will be coming up for what is going to be, I will say it now, our last dive into the archives for the moment. For the Wreckage of Myth Draenor, we do have something special that is cooking up that will be starting in April. There'll be more on that closer to the time, but there's a lot of work going into it, and everybody who is involved with it is awesome. But I think the biggest thing that's going to be happening is you're going to notice that there's not going to be any talk togethers or talking as a free actions, at least on Twitch, for a little while. Talking as a free action will still be running. It'll be premiering on YouTube instead, because we're starting to look at doing more YouTube-based stuff. On Fridays on Twitch, you will see us playing non-D&D TTRPGs. The first game that we're going to play is Blades in the Dark, titled The Cult of the Circle, which is going to be Blade Mastered, as Tom has coined it, by Tom.
For those of you who haven't seen Blades in the Dark, it is a bunch of people doing some lovely crimes in a city where both the moon and the sun were destroyed. So it's very steampunk. I said I'm Blade Mastering, Josh is in it, Scarlett's in it, Evie's in it, so Evie actually gets to be nice to me for once.
Well...
and weirdly, there's a lot of jam in it. So
Yeah.
if you are into this for the jam, it becomes a huge thing to the canonically where I say you have angered the ghost with all your sticky dancing. So, don't. Nat, why are you sending so many angry faces?
That's her. This is a family show face. What's going on?
That's going to be going on for that's all pre-recorded and all of that sort of stuff that was done early last year. So that's there's about there's 10 plus episodes of that, so you'll have that to look forward to. We've got plans for some other bits, maybe a little bit of Avatar Legends, maybe some Ali doing a bit of Monster of the Week. Don't know, other stuff. And we've also got a new YouTube exclusive series starting on the 17th, on Wednesday the 17th at 6 p.m, which is called Chronicles of Eodrin at the moment, which is set in a homebrew world that I made, which currently has Tom and Scarlett in it, and it might be the baseline for something that might be coming in the future. I've said too much, we're going to go now. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and to our D20 club. You can follow them with the link that hopefully Tom will put in the chat right now, because my hands are here.
What?
My hands are here, so I can't type.
Just because I can't throw symbols, I have to do work.
There you go, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It worked.
Yay! Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you again on Monday. We are going to go and raid Evan Blair Art, who is somebody who always shouts us out when we jump in, so please send them some love. This feels weird doing this because I can do this live, whereas normally we don't do this with pre-recordings.
Yeah.
So it's weird. So
Also, we didn't say
raiding.
roll that die.
Roll that dice.
roll that dice.
Roll that
Raid.
dice.
Oh.
There we go. Right. Anyway, we're going to go across over to them in a moment. So, I forgot to put the outro on. So you're just going to have to listen to us talk until we're ready to go, I'm afraid.
So I think that went pretty well. I think
Yeah,
that's
it went
great.
really well, yeah.
I didn't really.
What's the outro?
Bum, 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 bum.
And as we always say, always stay classy at the table. Goodbye. Click the button.
Right, we're out.